Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on this Friday morning. I'm Channing Curtis.
Glad to have you here with us. I'm Tim Pham. Well, let's get you out the door on this Friday morning as we kick off the holiday weekend. Nicole Hernandez is tracking your weekend forecast, including the 4th of July. But Nicole, start with the good news, because I know you're tracking a chance of rain, though, but the weekend will be nice.
Yes, exactly. We just got to enjoy the next few days before the storms hit, and that's just the best I got for you, because right now it is absolutely beautiful outside, nice and sunny, 60 degrees officially. Wow, just at 6 a.m. we hit that 60-degree point. Really, really nice out. Perfect morning to go walking if that's your thing, and we're really like that across the entire region. Close to 60 in Moses Lake at 58. Wenatchee and Spokane both have hit the 60-degree mark. Wenatchee's at 63. Coeur d'Alene is almost there at 57, and Sandpoint just got its way out of the 40s and has officially hit the 50-degree mark. Oh, very an active 6 a.m. hour we've got right here. Okay, so right now we are tracking almost nothing on our radar except for a tiny bit of moisture that has basically already moved its way through the Lewiston area and pretty much is making its way out of our region right now, and that is really the last we're going to see of any of that type of moisture for the rest of the few days here. We can see it here, absolutely clear skies through our Friday. If we see any little bits of partial cloud cover pull through, it will very quickly fade away, leaving just sunshine and happiness here for the next few hours. We are going to be hitting the 60-degree mark. Well, I guess we just did. And then we're going to hit the 70-degree mark by 9 a.m. and then we'll be in the 80s by about noon, reaching 85 this afternoon as our high temperature.
The dramatic rise in violent crimes that we have seen in Spokane County is not acceptable and has to be addressed.
After the recent trend of shootings and violence, local leaders are taking a stance against crime. This message comes after 2 recent shootings in Spokane, one of which injured an officer.
Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward brought forward the Spokane Police Department's latest shooting data in a press conference yesterday. So from January to last Saturday, SPD responded to a total of 81 shootings. More than half of those were drive-by shootings. Mayor Woodward believes that we are on track to surpass last year's total shootings. In April, the mayor and the Spokane Police Chief formed the Violent Crimes Task Force.
Criminals who perpetuate violence in our community know no boundaries. That's why we are here with our regional partners, to go after those who are wreaking havoc in our neighborhoods, on our streets, and in our communities.
Sheriff Ozzie Knezevich blaming state lawmakers for taking resources away from law enforcement to prevent violent offenses. The Board of County Commissioners recently gave the Sheriff's Office $100,000 to fund deputy overtime. The mayor of Spokane Valley says she will ask City Council to allocate $100,000 as well. Well, we do have an update on Sunday's drive-by shooting in North Spokane. New court documents reveal suspects that got away with their getaway car was stolen. Now, the suspect took the car from the victim while threatening him with a gun. Documents also show that police saw a large amount of drugs in the car.
In the meantime, the East Central community and City Council member Betsy Wilkerson protested by the old East Central Library yesterday in response to Mayor Woodward announcing that SPD will now start working out of the building. The community have been advocating for the East Central Library to be used for a cultural center. However, Mayor Woodward directed the Spokane Police Department to work out of there instead of St. Anne's Church on the Lower South Hill. Now, some community members say they are tired of being ignored and are ready for change to happen.
Beyond infuriated. I'm pissed that we are being ignored as people of color, as citizens. We're invisible, and I'm done. I'm tired of being invisible in this city.
SPD will begin working out of the library starting today.
Happening today, several changes are coming into Washington state. New gun safety laws are now in effect. This includes restrictions on high-capacity magazines and ghost guns. There are also changes coming to the sale of catalytic converters. Businesses that buy catalytic converters will need to show proof of transaction and have a traceable money source like a check. And Washington license plate fees are going up. When you get a new plate, you can expect to now pay $50 instead of $10.
Also starting today, Washingtonians will start seeing missing person alerts specifically about Indigenous people. Now, this alert is called the Missing Indigenous Person Alert, or MIPA. In Washington state, Indigenous women make up less than 2% of the population. However, they are 4 times more likely to go missing than white women and face a murder rate more than 10 times the national average.
We just want to be heard. We want to know that our lives matter, and we want to be found. And that's what this alert system does at the end of the day.
Representative Deborah Lekanoff is the only Indigenous woman in Washington's House of Representatives. She says this alert will streamline tribal and local police jurisdiction issues, which have historically slowed down missing person investigations. So here's how these alerts will work. When a person is reported missing to tribal or local police, the investigator on the case now has the option to ask Washington State Patrol to issue an alert. Then troopers have to decide whether it warrants an alert or not.
Is it an imminent danger situation, and would activation of that alert assist in the recovery? As law enforcement, we kind of have to make that decision. Sometimes it's a tough decision.
Once activated, you could see the alert on highway signs, social media, and on WSP's Twitter page. Now, if you would like to sign up to get these messages, text the word alert to the number 509-448-2000. We'll send you a link right to your phone.
Time for your morning rush. More news in less time. Kootenai County Sheriff Bob Norris is being criticized for his appearance at a GOP rally, reportedly attended by multiple white nationalists. A video shows Norris speaking at a political event at a bar in Post Falls. Norris says he was not aware that the event would be attended by white nationalists. A new t-shirt campaign hopes to show hateful beliefs have no place in North Idaho. The shirts carry the message, North Idaho rejects hate. This campaign was launched in response to the arrest of 31 men who were planning to riot at a Pride event. The task force is asking people to wear the shirts on the 4th of July to show a united front against hate. A Washington couple tied the knot on the top of Mount St. Helens last week. Take a look at these photos. Wow. It took Jack and Rachel and a few family members more than 9 hours to climb to the top to say their vows. So the couple actually met at the University of Washington, and they say they studied forestry together. Wow, a one-of-a-kind wedding, that's for sure. And that's a look at your morning rush. Today is expected to be one of the busiest travel days of the year ahead of the 4th of July weekend.
AAA predicts about 48 million Americans will be traveling, and the bigger surprise, 42 million people are expected to travel by car. So WashedOut released these graphics showing when the most traffic is to be expected. So on eastbound I-90 from North Bend to Cle Elum, heavy traffic is expected today and tomorrow in the afternoon. However, westbound traffic is expected to be the worst on the 4th of July.
Over the past few days, we've seen hundreds of flight cancellations because of several issues, including a pilot shortage. So if your flight does get canceled, here's what you can do. Airlines are required to offer refunds if they cancel your flight and if you refuse an alternate one or if there's a significant delay. But keep in mind, definitions of that vary, and you might be eligible as long as you don't have a non-refundable ticket.
Now, if you would like more information about the busiest times to hit the road or not to hit the road this weekend, text the word traffic to the number 509-448-2000. We'll send you a link right to your phone.
Now, another thing impacting travelers is gas prices, especially with tourism.
According to AAA, Idaho is one of the top 5 tourist destinations this summer. So KRIM 2's Malia Kamal joins us now from the newsroom with more on how gas prices are impacting the tourism industry there. Good morning, Malia.
Good morning. The simple answer is gas prices is impacting tourism, but let me explain. Captain Carl Fuss has been sailing these waters for 33 years. He says the Coeur d'Alene cruises are seeing an increase in gas prices at the pump, but this increase hasn't stopped them from doing business. Typically, their daily tours are booked. He adds that the cruises aren't taking a toll, though, on passengers' pocketbooks.
It's hitting us just like it hits anybody who is having to purchase fuel. I think prices are up about 30% right now, and we go through a few thousand gallons of fuel every week, so it adds up just like it does for anybody else. But we're not passing that cost on to our customers right now. Our prices are set for the season, and we're not going to make that hit our passengers.
Now, their tours are offered 3 times a day, 7 days a week, and Captain Fuss says that they always have room for those just looking to get a glimpse of Coeur d'Alene's beautiful views. Now, this Monday, you can catch Northern Idaho's fireworks show from their cruise. The cruise service will be hosting a 4th of July cruise. In the newsroom, Malia Kamal, KRIM 2 News.